Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have with us over the phone our dear guest, His Excellency Ambassador Youssef Zada, member of the Egyptian Council for the Foreign Affairs. Good morning, Your Excellency.
Good morning to you, my dear.
Well, Your Excellency Ambassador Zada, actually Egypt and the European Union are always on continuous partnership and signing of memos of understanding that we have witnessed, that was witnessed by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi previously. Now, how did you follow the meeting between the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Badr Abdel Ati, and Kaja Kallas, the High Representative of the European Union?
Yes, well, Madam Kallas's visit to Egypt is really part of a tour including Qatar, Jordan, and Israel. Now, the first thing is the minister received her and her delegation, consistently mainly of other ladies, at the new headquarters of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in the new capital. And they had extensive talks talking about the partnership and to paint the outcomes of the Egyptian-European summit, as we know, that was held in Brussels on October 22nd. Now, considering the roadmap for the next 2 years, this was an agreement between both parties until the next summit that is supposed to be convened, I think, by 2027. Now, the foreign minister also emphasized the importance of activating the Egyptian-European investment platform, which is important. This was launched in June 2025 by expanding the sectors benefiting from these investments to include sectors that directly impact citizens' daily lives, such as small and medium-sized productive enterprises in sectors like industry and agriculture. Now, the second thing is the minister expressed his aspiration to continue coordination and cooperation with the European Union in other areas. We are in Egypt we hold so much the illegal migration and skilled labor training as an important subject. The minister expressed his hope for holding a security and defense dialogue between Egypt and the European Union, as well as cooperation in combating terrorism. Furthermore, he sought the European Union's support for Egypt to become a regional hub for providing humanitarian aid to crisis zones in the region. Now, views were also exchanged on the Mediterranean Charter Action Plan, CAP, with the foreign minister presenting Egypt's vision for the charter and a list of proposed projects and initiatives. He also noted Egypt's interest in hosting the headquarters of the European Mediterranean University Secretariat, which is a new project we have on hand here. Third point is I would like to highlight regarding the situation of the Gaza Strip. The minister stressed the importance of the EU's involvement in ensuring the implementation of the second phase of the U.S. present. We know it hasn't started yet. He emphasized the need for the unimpeded delivery of sufficient humanitarian, medical, and relief aid, and particularly given the harsh winter conditions, to alleviate the suffering of the ship's residents. We noted that yesterday, Zada, I think the convoy number 114 or something of the sort was delivered to the Gazans. He also stressed the importance of announcing the formation of a Palestinian technocrat committee to manage the daily affairs of Palestinians, as well as the swift deployment of an international stabilization force to monitor the ceasefire and pave the way for early recovery and reconstruction. The foreign minister also briefed the EU officials on Egypt's efforts to train Palestinian police officers, welcoming the European proposal to support Egypt's efforts in this regard. Egypt emphasized also through the minister the importance of the unity of Palestinian territory between the West Bank and the Gaza Strip, rejecting any measures that would divide the Gaza Strip and undermine the two-state solution. A fourth point I would like to highlight on the developments in Sudan. The foreign minister briefed the European official on Egypt's efforts within the framework of the Quartet mechanism aimed at achieving a humanitarian truce leading to a comprehensive ceasefire. He also stressed the importance of providing safe havens and ensuring unimpeded access to humanitarian aid to the brotherly Sudanese people. Now, we're also condemning the massacres and grave violations that were committed against civilians in El Fasher and North Kordofan area, and emphasizing the need to protect civilians. A fifth point I would like, if you may allow me, that the minister emphasized that Israel's recognition of Somaliland constitutes a blatant violation of the sovereignty, unity, and territorial integrity of the Federal Republic of Somalia, and undermines the principles of international law, UN Charter, and the Constitutive Act of the African Union. He added that it is a dangerous precedent that threatens regional and international peace and security, requiring a united stance to support Somalia and concentrated efforts to achieve security. He also affirmed Egypt's full support for the unity, sovereignty, and territorial integrity of Somalia. And yesterday, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, along with Arab and African and non-Arab and African countries like Turkey, issued a very severe statement condemning what happened in Somaliland, the Israeli visit there, and the announcement of relations. Now, regarding developments in Yemen, Egypt reiterated its firm position, supporting the unity, sovereignty, and territorial integrity of the Republic of Yemen, the importance of preserving national state institutions, safeguard the resources of the Yemeni people, and prevent further escalation. He also stressed the need to intensify efforts to consolidate the ceasefire and de-escalate tensions, and to create a conducive environment for resuming political process based on the inclusive Yemeni dialogue, leading to a comprehensive settlement that fulfills the aspirations of the Yemeni people. Another point is, the minister noted Egypt's position rejecting any violation of Lebanon's sovereignty and the necessity of preserving its unity and integrity, helping Lebanon to fully assume the responsibilities in maintaining its security and stability. He also emphasized the importance of pushing for a comprehensive and sustainable political solution in Syria based on preserving the unity and territorial integrity of the Syrian state, and we've seen these clashes in Aleppo yesterday. 8th point regarding the issue of water security, Minister Abdelati stressed the need to adhere to the rules of international law concerning shared water resources, explaining the necessity of cooperation based on consensus and mutual benefit to achieve the interests of the Nile Basin countries. He emphasized the rejection of unilateral actions that violate international law in the Eastern Nile Basin, and affirmed that Egypt will take all measures guaranteed under international law to safeguard the vital resources of its people. Another point, the minister reiterated the aspiration of a fair and lasting peace in Ukraine and an agreement between the warring parties. Now, finally, so that I don't take a lot of time on the program, there was an important press conference that was held by both parties. The foreign minister expects Egypt to receive a new tranche of 1 billion euros from the European Union's financial support package very soon. The EU's financial support package for Egypt, as we all know, totals 5 billion allocated as overall financial assistance. In Egypt, we already received the first tranche of 1 billion euros, as the foreign minister explained during a joint press conference with Kaya Kalas, and the EU's High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy reaffirmed this. Now, Egypt expects to receive the second tranche of 1 billion euros very soon, having successfully completed the 5th and 6th reviews of the program with the International Monetary Fund, according to the foreign minister. Now, during the conference, also the foreign minister emphasized the special and strong relationship between Egypt and the EU, noting that this relationship culminated in its elevation of a comprehensive strategic partnership approximately 2 years ago. Now, he expressed Egypt's welcome of all European investments in the new and renewable energy sector, particularly given the existing electricity interconnection projects between Egypt and the EU via Greece, and a similar project to connect with the European Union via Italy. Now, on her part, the High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy affirmed that Europe has strategic relations with Egypt and seeks to strengthen them in the future, noting that the EU supports the economic reform measures undertaken by Egypt over the past 2 years.
Yes. Yes, Your Excellency, Ambassador Zada, actually Egypt also hosts millions of refugees from several countries, from Syria, from Sudan, from Somalia, from Libya, from several countries. How does this model, how does the EU view Egypt or look to Egypt concerning this model?
Yes, Egypt hosts actually people from about 54 countries. 54 countries. It was announced by the foreign minister. It was also announced by the president at one time, His Excellency Fattah al-Sisi. Now, 54 countries, people residing in Egypt from African and Arab countries, and the EU looks at this admirably because we treat refugees, as we all know. We don't let them stay in camps like some countries held some refugees, They enjoy all the benefits of Egyptian citizenship, education, healthcare, and all that. So we also agreed during the European summit that was held in Brussels, the first European-Egyptian summit, that the EU would conduct some monies to help alleviate the burden on the Egyptian economy from settling these immigrants that we call guests in Egypt. We call them guests, as stated by the president. And we also seek some financial assistance when it comes to also hindering immigration by the sea. And as we know, the Egyptian naval forces do a very good job in protecting the European continent from the inflow of any more refugees from the Egyptian coast, at least.
Yes, sir. Your Excellency, Ambassador Zada, it's true that, as you've just mentioned, that Egypt is not hosting the millions of refugees in camps. That's really a good model for other countries. Concerning in 2024, Egypt have upgraded its partnership cooperation to the strategic one with the EU. Could you give us an explanation of this term, please?
Yes, well, the normal relations between countries are well known for all of us, economic and political relations and trade and so forth. Now, to have strategic relations that Egypt enjoys with the EU, the United States, and some other countries is different. I mean, it involves exchanging intelligence information, military maneuvers, joint military maneuvers. It includes also consultations about terrorism tips in the area. So there are many other areas that strategic relations involve between countries.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information. Your Excellency, Ambassador Youssef Zada, member of the Egyptian Council for Foreign Affairs. We really had the honor to have this phone with you. Ladies and gentlemen, short break and I'm going to be back with you.